In the last video, I told you that I want all students to take the same classes during their first year of college. That means in a year-round school model, everyone will take the same 15 classes over 3 trimesters. Here's a table showing the 15 first-year classes I'm proposing. Let's briefly talk about the classes in order, starting with the first trimester. The very first class is called Assessments and Job Ideas. In this class, students will complete different types of assessments, such as personality tests, skills tests, and job aptitude tests, to help them generate an initial list of jobs and industries that would be a good fit for them. In addition to completing third-party assessments, students will complete a self-assessment and also a network assessment, during which they'll ask family and friends about jobs that might be a good fit for the student. The first class then directly ties into the second class, where students will explore, at a high level, all the industries, jobs, and careers that exist, and then focus on the ones that match up with their assessment results. Basically, students will use the second class to further flesh out job ideas that were recommended in the first class. The third class is a personal finance class, but the emphasis of this class is mostly on budgeting. The students will build out a comprehensive college and post-college budget from scratch using a spreadsheet. The post-college budget will require research and be a detailed, zero-based budget. The fourth class is personal law and real estate, during which students will learn how these areas will impact them throughout their lives. For example, students will learn the difference between criminal and civil law, what attorneys do, when and how to hire an attorney, how to read a contract, etc. The real estate portion of this class will focus on real estate contracts, such as lease agreements, and also on the rights and responsibilities of renters and owners. The last class of the first trimester is a critical communication class, during which students focus on improving their reading, writing, and oral communication skills. The second trimester kicks off with a class called Major Exploration, Employment Statistics, and Money. This class is so important that I'm going to devote an entire upcoming video to it, but to preview, students will use this class to tie their list of job ideas from the first trimester to the college majors that prepare students for those jobs. Once the students start looking at majors, they must also look at employment statistics and salaries for people who graduate with those majors. More to come on that in a later video. This class will also connect students with upperclassmen and young alumni who have those majors. The next two classes provide a high-level overview of business. Topics in these classes will include the basics of revenue, expenses, accounting, financial reports, marketing, management, HR, and business law. There are two reasons I want to include classes that teach an overview of business. First, business concepts apply to all workplaces, including nonprofits and government. Second, this class will help students who eventually start their own businesses at any point during their careers. The last two classes focus on teaching and practicing critical thinking skills. Ideas for these classes include debating different viewpoints, how to use AI, how to figure out the motivations behind people or businesses, etc. At the end of the second trimester, students will declare a major. The third trimester starts with a class called Evaluating Options, Identifying Risks, and Making a Decision. In this class, students will have to use their critical thinking and communication skills to pick what they perceive to be the best option out of many, and then defend their choice using facts, data, and reasoning. The next two classes teach project management skills and require students to utilize concepts such as defining project scope, assigning roles, and executing the project on time and on budget. These classes could be taught using different subject matter, but I would like it if a real construction project was the focus, such as the students building a Habitat for Humanity home. The second to last class is a critical communication class that focuses on improving skills related to listening, asking questions, and empathy. The final first-year class is called Charting Your Course. In this class, students will map out their academic plan and create a job search plan. At the end of charting your course, students should be able to answer the following questions. 1. Should I continue on with college based on the jobs I want to target? 2. If not, what do I want to do and how am I going to do it? 3. If I am going to continue on with college, then what major classes will I be taking and when? Will I also be pursuing any other majors or minors or experiences such as study abroad? 4. What is my plan to work during college? And 5. What jobs will I be targeting after college? After this last class, students should have a clear path forward in terms of what they want to do, either in college or somewhere else.